Good day, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is a general reading and is for educational purposes only. Now that that's out of the way, let's see what Bird's got to say today. What up, Bird? Percy decided to come join us today. My little Snecka is out over there. She's not feeling too good. She's about to go blue. So maybe you're like her. I know I am. We're transforming. Always living, growing, loving, learning. All that good stuff. I feel like I recently just shed my skin. So I'm feeling good, though, you know, still a little bit sensitive, we'll say. What's going on, Bird? Solar flares. Yes, please. So activate. 1 + 7 is 8. We could be activating some good karma. You know, what goes up must come down. I'm also getting with that, I'm hearing the sun's about to shine on your life. Not in the sense of being in the spotlight, but more in the sense of warming you and shining you from the inside. So maybe you are actually going through something along the lines of Percy over there. You know, right now she's been resting and healing. I don't know where you live, but there's been a lot of rain here, rainy days. I heard April showers bring May flowers, but where I live, apparently, May showers bring May flowers. Hopefully the flowers and the bees come out. They've been spraying the sky a whole lot where I am, stealing my sunshine. But hopefully, the sun is about to come out. Now, even if they're only talking about solar flares, you do not have to see the sun to experience the energy you can get from solar flares. If anybody actually knows what's going on with the resonance, comment below, because I haven't looked into it, and I gotta tell you, I don't even think I know where to look. Google. I would look at Google. Be like, hey Google, where do I find this? And then AI is going to jump in, and it's going to be like, there's no such thing as solar flares. Bird, give me a card, please. I'm rambling over here. We're going to activate you because it's time to rise from the ashes. Right, Percy? Taking a deep sigh over there. Now, if we're on the same schedule as my pretty Percy over there, who just took a nice deep breath, she's got a bit to go yet. She's got a little bit of healing to do. You know, she's just starting now to turn a little bit, I guess, inward. You know, spending lots of time on her own with herself right now. Maybe doing some spring cleaning. I see a lot of stuff being moved out of her hide. This is a great time to do that before it gets too hot. This is the real New Year, right? Like the April 1st or even March 21st. It's a good time to make sure that there's room for new things to come in. So if you got to clean out your basement, clean out the attic, you know, get to the attic before the heat comes. Get her done. But it looks like we'll be following the bee spirit and just working on that. Working on ourselves. You know, collecting things, putting them where they need to go. Being happy as a deer while doing it. You blast your music. Because this is what we're preparing for this summer. When we emerge, all our colors, for Percy it'll be her scales, but for us it will be our aura. So certainly a good time to get that done. If you've been feeling a little lazy lately, that's about to change as well. I can't help but notice it's all like bright and sunny. So far we got bright and sunny. Let's keep that going throughout the rest of the reading, eh? So nobody watches those happy readings. I get it. It's time to focus. It's time to focus and get it done and get ready for the summer. Here's your do-over. That's on the other side. So your do-over. Something was taken from you at some point. Something activated you to pretty much crumble into a pile of ashes. Possibly even multiple times. You know, kind of like I'm picturing with all this like molten lava, it's almost like you were being forged in the fire. So you have somebody just like smashing you, hopefully not literally, but beating you down and then putting you back in the fire and then taking you out and beating you down again. And then, you know, if you've ever seen a sword being made. But what happens when the smith is done with all that tempering? It becomes a weapon, just like you. You're gonna get there. You may not feel it like it now. You might be all itchy and scratchy. So a blank card has come out. There's a couple of them in there. And so it's looking like you literally have a blank slate. So that tells me that in some way, shape, or form, you've cleared out whatever karma that you had brought forth with you in this incarnation is done. Good way to find out what kind of karma, like you should look into your life path number. Google, if you don't know how. Just say, how do I find my life path number? It's super easy. It's so simple and it tells you so much about what you're here for. And that may, your north and south node on your birth chart. I use Yasmin Boland's free birth chart online. It's, to me, the best and the easiest to read, especially if you're not huge on astrology. This one, like, spells everything out for you. So, I definitely like hers. Lots of places you can get them done, though. But you really have a new start here. Like, I mean, new. You're like a baby. Okay? You're wet behind the ears. And, I mean, after we shed that skin coming up, I feel like... well, so this Lover's card just flipped out. Now, I wasn't supposed to be taking it, but it feels like your guardian angel saved you from something here. Whoever was bringing repeated towers in your life. Now, I mean, it could be different people, but that particular relationship that you're no longer in, I mean, this could have been 3 weeks ago, 3 days ago, 3 years ago, but you know which relationship that I'm talking about. They almost got you. Whatever that means. It's funny because it brought my attention to, they call them guides more than hunters. But really what they do is they scout people and they hunt people. I mean, it could be literally both physically and spiritually. But it seems like your spirit guides jumped in during the nick of time. There's a huge opportunity coming in for you. This mountain in the back there, I'm not sure if that's actually Mount Hermon, but that's what I heard. So beware of where big opportunities come from. That being said, the Mount Hermon has a lot to do with the fallen angels. Also could be Mount Sinai, but I did hear Mount Hermon. This could be like it's like you've reached the top. It's like you were walking up this mountain here in the background. And the whole entire time people were throwing rocks at you. Sending, fake lovers your way. Sadly, it seems like maybe even by the people closest to you. But while you were climbing this mountain, they probably always knew that you were the one that was going to reach the top. They probably always knew there was something different and special about you. And so they didn't want you to reach the top. And they did everything they could. They threw whatever they could at you to reach the top. See, this week, she still doesn't really want any attention. She's like, am I on video? I'm not ready. Okay, I'm not ready. So maybe something, possibly an opportunity. Now, this opportunity could be a good opportunity, like the Ace of Pentacles came out right, and it is a good opportunity. Just use your discernment. It's also falling under Solar Flare and Activate. So the sun is something to do with creativity. Maybe you're starting a new business, like making something out of, like maybe you've made a business out of bringing garbage back to life. Something along those lines. Maybe something sweet. Maybe something to do with food, because I do see the honey there. Tell me about this Phoenix Rising. What's this opportunity coming in? Tell me about this opportunity coming in. So it's going to happen before pretty much summer. Solstice energy with the solar flare. Something that's going to fill your cup. Something that doesn't feel like work is literally going to fill you up. Something you're going to be unconditionally head over heels in love to do. 2 aces on the board. Yeah, this card feels like an ace. Does it? Both of these cards actually feel like aces. This feels like it, with all the gleam and shine, it feels like an Ace of Pentacles and an Ace of possibly Wands, right? Lot of new beginnings. A lot of new beginnings. There's going to be things that you say, like it's going to be a first time for a few things. Like, I've never done this before. I've never seen this before. I've never had that much money in my bank account before. I've never loved a job this much. I've never maybe even loved a person this much. This is an Ace of Cups, right? This is the Holy Chalice. I'm fairly certain this is literally the Holy Grail that they're holding there. It certainly does look that way. Tell me about prosperity with these 2 aces. Ooh. See? You're getting something back. This number 8 here in the top corner, 1 plus 7 is 8. Something was taken from you, will be returning. Will be returning. The sun is going down on possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could even be, with the swords being involved, this could actually even be anything from actual money to friendships. So if somebody took something from you, slandered your name, made you look like somebody you were not, that is over. It looks like the jig is up. And what are we wanting to focus on, Spirit? Bird, It looks like she's getting... so Bird is my spirit guide. It's my nickname for my spirit guide. And it's really funny because I feel like I have little tiny birds, which I actually do have little tiny birds. But I feel like I have a little tiny bird sitting on my shoulder, and it's like, oh, how do you know that? Well, little birdie told me. A little birdie told me. So we're going to focus, and we are going to listen to our spirit guides about what this is. You may know what somebody has taken from you. You may know about a smear campaign. You may know that somebody tried to ruin your reputation. But I want you to know that that's over. Again, rebirth, blank slate. How is this being returned? How is this being returned? It's being returned quickly. It's coming back to you. It's literally, it feels like a plane's gonna fly over your house and just like drop it off like the new drone delivery or some shit. It looks like these people are like camping in the middle of nowhere. And they need firewood, and they're just like, here's some firewood, that's exactly what you need. Here's some, flames for the fire. So, it's possible. It's making me feel like somebody's going to be putting some wind back in your sails. So if you've had the wind knocked out of you in some way, shape, or form, like you haven't had like the gusto to do what you need to get done to get where you want to go because of something that other people have done or put on you. Because this Five of Swords could be projected energy. So, if somebody was talking mad shit about you and it's just not true. These people have figured out what this person was trying to do, what they were planning with this Two of Wands. They really did think they had the world in their hands there, but here you are taking all of that, putting in your boat of wisdom, and you're off to win the race. Like they literally gave you the fuel you needed to have this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Cups. Like, money and love is coming in. It sounds too good to be true, but if you've watched any of my other readings, you'll know that this isn't this isn't usually where we land in this room. So it's nice to have, it's nice to be activated. It's nice to finally be able to rise from the ashes, and it's nice to be able to smell the flowers again. People know you're sweet. So maybe like whatever they were saying like had something to do with along the lines of you being mean, and maybe they're talking shit even like about, maybe they're saying, because I'm just noticing like the animals kind of popped out. Like maybe people are saying like you are maybe even mean to like your pets or something. They could have been saying like, what are these people saying? Tell me what people are saying. What are people talking about? Like in what different deck? People were saying you were not a leader. Maybe it was this Emperor. People were saying that you were married. People were saying that you were maybe getting in between a relationship. Possibly like you were a third party in some sort of... like maybe somebody's getting divorced and somehow is blaming you. So I cut this deck here. First they spread rumors, then they isolate you, then you disappear and no one cares. And then underneath the deck, we have Mermaid. So somebody could have been saying that you literally sold yourself. Or somebody, like you have a pimp or something. Because somebody definitely was saying something along those lines. And that way, if people don't like you and think you're a homewrecker and think you're maybe a drug addict and think you're this and think you're that, then when you do disappear, they'll be like, oh, good, she was this and she was that. Anyway, like, I don't even care that she's missing in the woods. She was, you know, meanwhile, you're none of that. You've never been any of that. You didn't, I mean, with the way it was kind of set up, you couldn't even fight. By the looks of it, you couldn't even kind of like defend yourself without looking like a total nut bar. But the fact that you handled this the way you did, I just saw the letter L. The fact that you handled this, it seems like impossible. Because this came out in reverse. Possibly impossible. Something to do with emergency services. Like, this actually makes me think of you being somewhat of a truth teller, because 9/11 always makes me realize, like, that's when I realized, like, what's up. Like, the Matrix really shattered for me back in 2011. It also reminds me of It reminds me of, like, standing your ground. Something about standing your ground in 2018. The family or families that rule this town that you're in, the city that you're in, don't like you. And they are known to be, like people don't talk shit about this family because apparently they know enough not to. So it's like this, the whole town's hidden secret, right? But when it comes to you, there's too many hands in the pot. Like, things stopped making sense. Whatever these people were trying to say to slander your name with the Five of Swords there, you know, the Eight of Wands coming out like this tells me that it's being corrected, and word's getting around fast. So if this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Cups is coming back to you, somebody on the other end of that, what were they saying? I never did flip out a card. What were they saying? Something about your dad? Who your dad is? Or what you did with somebody's dad, maybe? They tried to say. I think, to be honest with you, this has something to do with your dad. Yo, did your dad start rumors about you? Somebody's bedridden. You kept your eyes on the prize. So your father said the worst of the worst of the worst. You know, they could have even told somebody, like, say somebody passed away in your family and left you something. They could have even, like, told everybody that literally that you have a lot of money and they need to get rid of you, and that they'll give these people some. I mean, it looks like a big, you know, there's some sort of big gift here. You know, it could have been like, well, if we get this person, you can have that, you know, part of their big gift that was left to them. That includes money and spiritual gifts. You know, you could come from a family that has a spiritual background, whether you're from the deep south, whether you're native, whether you're, you know, Celtic. I mean, you could be from anywhere, but you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe your roots go back to ancient times. And that comes with abilities. Maybe you can see ghosts and spaceships and speak to the dead. I don't know. whatever it is, there's something here that suggests that you are heavily spiritually gifted. Maybe this person, aka this person, your freaking dad, got skipped over. There could have been a lot of anger about that, and so they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell everybody, this girl, she's free game, she's a big whore, go sleep with her, blah, blah. By the way, put this in her drink, and that way we'll split the money when she, right, hits the deck, right? This man sold his soul. I think we know who he sold it to, because you don't, obviously, this person doesn't know shit about fuck. Because this person obviously doesn't know the devil lies. Hello. The devil lies. Also, by the way, your soul, you can't sell your soul. It's not for sale. It doesn't belong to you. You are part of the God body. And, you know, when you cross over, Daddy dear, you're going to want to serve. You're going to want to serve any way you can, because you'll actually be able to see the big picture and what it is we're here for. And it's funny because you're going to leave this earth with literally nothing, like everybody else. And when you get there, all you're going to have is you're just going to have to weigh the heart, you know? And then you're literally the one that's torturing yourself, because when you see what you've really, 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 really done, that's good. That's what hell is. Something to do with Quebec, too. The place you live in is unexpectedly the devil's playground. I don't know if you live in Quebec. Quebec, Canada. But wherever you are, Boys Club rules the entire town. And if you're a strong, independent woman, that maybe, for whatever reason, chose not to respect the daddy, I'm sure you have your reasons. And I'm sure you should do exactly what your spirit guides tell you to do. In fact, the last card there is trust your instincts, stay focused. I know it's hard maybe after all this time to get happy, but get happy because it really is coming in for you. What's going to happen to this father figure now? What's going to happen to this father figure now? Tower. Whatever this daddy dear has built on a faulty foundation is crumbling. Whatever they were trying to hide with the moon, possibly online with the world, or just to the world in general. Oh, the fact that they're working with a bunch of fucking gangsters? Yeah, that one. The fact that they tried to send in lovers to poison you, to either keep you depressed, stressed, or even taken out. This cup had something in it, and I don't think it's good. She's green, dude. She's green. She's not feeling good at all, and that's the truth. They're gonna get locked up for this. They're gonna be out in the cold for this. They're exposed. Sun's out. And there could be a Leo involved as well. Heartbroken now. Aw, pumpkin. The illusion didn't work. They're heavily burdened. They were almost there. Almost there. They were paying people, probably with your funds, to do magic on you. But karma's a bitch, eh? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Mystery King of Pentacles. Wanna be fucking emperor. Can't lead. Failed to lead. What's the focus, homie-o? What's going on, bird? What do you want us to focus on now? Now that this little punk bitch is out of the way. What do we want to focus on now? This is my most sweary reading. So I like cussing. However, you'll never see me curse anybody. Unlike Daddy Dearest over there. Your dad's a hellion. Who's this daddy think he is, huh? No, that's not a real question, Bird. Tell me about Bird. What's the focus? What are we focusing on? Now, it's funny because 3 plus 8 is an 11. And the 11 to me is almost like a pathway or portal that you have to walk through. So where do we need to keep our focus right now, Bird? Where should we be keeping our focus? Yeah, keep your eye on that devil. If you're trying to beat some addiction of some sort, that's where you should be keeping your focus. So 2 cards fell out. I picked up the devil first, but this is actually what fell out together. You're getting justice. It's funny because this justice is in like flame of fires. Like she's literally been forged in the fire. And check it out. She's got her sword up there. She's literally been forged in the fire. We have another 11 up there. So you've walked your path. You've made it through. You've unchained yourself from the devil. Your Daddy Dearest over here could be a Capricorn. Or this could just literally be saying that you're getting justice for this bitch. You know, there's a couple. This could be like a dad and your mom, or it could be your stepmom. It could also be... Nah, dude, this is the devil. But these people, they're in this together. They're the ones chained. That could be your justice. Personally, I gotta tell you, for me, see, this is talking about your father. I mean, this could stand for an old boss. Maybe you worked for your dad, I don't know. This could be, maybe your dad worked with an old boss. Maybe they could be part of an organization, possibly disguised as some sort of religious organization, but we all know they're not. Something that is all over the world, like, I don't know... You know, those organizations, those secret fraternities. They've been trying to hide the fact that you're the star the whole time. Your whole family knew that things were being passed down, and boy, did they try real fucking hard to hide you. That's what they did. They tried to hide you. One of them even, they saw you as this pretty little fucking trophy, and they wanted to just take you away and hide you in the castle. Look, there's an 11 again. The sun's coming up. You were in the dark here, but now the sun's coming up, and everybody's gonna see what a fucking monster this fucking piece of shit is. And that this organization that they work for is a bunch of scared little fucking dudes. Little bunch of WAN babies. Little man babies. Crying for their nan babies. Yeah, they thought if they worked together, they could, watch you, spy on you, maybe learn something from you. These bad guys who plotted together. Maybe even I see this lady in the background. Maybe even they got one of your old friends involved. Focus on that justice. And that justice, she looked damn good, don't she? She got abs. She got her hair good. She's naturally pretty, beautiful. She's healthy. She can fight. Look, the 11s just keep coming out here. So maybe there's something significant about 11, 22, 33. It's a portal. That's why they took out the Twin Towers. And just like the Twin Towers, Daddy Dear is going down for this. Mr. King of Pentacles again. Him and his shady businesses. The whole family's been involved. They knew what was going on. They're going to try to offer you a little dink out of the big pile. Coming in with apologies, possibly. Nah, bruh. You stay over there. You stay over there. We're not going to be healing this. right? Not this. You heal on your own. You let these people, if you've cut anybody off that's trying to get back into your life, they're just going to start a whole nother cycle with you. What's the blank slate about? Hey, bird, what's the blank slate? That's what you got. That's what you got now. You have a blank slate. You're free. You're free of your karma. You're free of all the shit they tried to put on you. Like, they're trying to give you their karma. No, I don't think so. Tell me about this blank slate. What comes with a blank slate? Anything you want, baby girl. Or baby boy. Anything you want. All I see is sunshine and beaches here. And in this cup, she has a fish, which is a symbol of abundance. She's free to be happy. See, happy, healthy, tanned. She doesn't live where I live. Nobody tans here. They could this little pentacle they could keep. They could keep that little pentacle. Yeah. Tell me about this Page of Cups, please, and this blank slate. What's the outcome of with this Page of Cups? Reminds me of, like, maybe you have a young water sign child that you can go on this beach with. You know, it's almost like you're aging backwards. Like, this is feeling like youth. So, I don't know, maybe, like, if this money's coming back to you, maybe even you're going to be able to use that to, I mean, if you want. I mean, I'm the type where I'm going to take my old wrinkly ass down to the beach and everybody can, you know, ignore the old lady because I don't... But, like, if you wanted to, I'm just saying, if you wanted to get a boobies done, or you wanted to get lips done, or you wanted to get a BBL, you can. You walk on that beach with your BBL if you want. But what, I mean, Page of Cups, tell me what this Page of Cups should be focused on manifesting. Focused out of getting out of the Five of Pentacles. So you could be manifesting something as simple as your energy back, your happiness back. You could be focused on you and your child. I noticed this lady's carrying her baby. You could be, you know, just focus on inner work as well, rather than a BBL, right? The Emperor keeps showing up, and it's almost like, again, I'm not big on love readings, but maybe this like actual leader wants to come towards you. They've been really kind of taking their time because they've heard so much bad things about you from people like your family that obviously they believe that. Maybe even paid to stay away from you. Maybe been... Did you guys see me shuffle? It's all the same cards. Maybe even been paid by this organization to be like, that's a no-go person right there. We need to have this girl be a fallen star right now. She's rising too high. They want you where they are. They want... Remember I said Mount Hermon? So you're a real-life Earth angel surrounded by a bunch of freaking fallen angels. That's what this is. Fallen angels, hell's angels, the exact people who stole your money. This girl went and got her boobies with it. Look at her. Sitting there with her jewel and her boobs. Your money. Yeah, well, I don't know. Can we get repoed? Can we repo those boobs? Where do we want to focus on? Because I do highly recommend not focusing on the Five of Pentacles. Can you explain this Five of Pentacles to me, Bird? Can you provide some more insight on the Five of Pentacles? Because you don't want to focus on the Five of Pentacles. That will keep you stuck, right? Yeah, that actually makes me think, like, gratitude or forgiveness, like, when this does come back to you, finding out that this is, you know, what I'm talking about is true and actually happened to you. You know, maybe you've known all along, but you didn't really know what to do with it. And now that this has been confirmed, like, it's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. You know, you know, I'm sure you've dealt with it, but at this point, it's gonna sting. The confirmation will sting. Tell me about this Five of Pentacles, please. Clarify the Five of Pentacles for me. We're gonna use it to create. Again, we got another tall. You got another ace. You got 3 aces on the board. You're gonna create your dream life. What you're gonna get yourself out of this, you know, sad ass energy where you're alone on the street with your baby. You're manifesting with 3 aces how to end up in the Holy Land. Whatever that means for you, and apparently this is what it means for you. You got your plaques on your wall. You've created abundance for yourself. These people have been strung up in the city to have everybody see who they are and what they've done. And they're going to stay there until they're enlightened. It's going to hurt. Watching you be the Empress the way you always were. You're like Cinderella. You're going to run towards this new destiny of yours. You're going to get the fuck out of town. And this King of Pentacles can sit there and watch from this hanging rope. And I don't mean YouTube. I don't mean that kind of rope. I mean the one we just saw, the hanged man in the street being seen by everybody for what they did. The law is going to be seeing them for what they did. What should we create with our Ace of Wands bird? I already know. You're going to create the scenario where they see how regretful they are. They tried to. They got 3 cups here. It's like in the original Rider-Waite deck, you have wine is spilt, blood is spilt, and something green is spilt in this 3rd cup. They regret trying to do these things to you. If only they had turned around and realized they got these 2 cups to work with. They could have worked with you this whole time. You guys could have been besties. It's too late for an apology. They know this. And they see you now. It's too late, man. It's too late. It's too late. You can forgive, but you should never forget, and you're not supposed to let your enemies back in. Don't feel sorry for them, because they would try to do it again. But I'm going to leave this message with you. Trust your instincts. Stay focused like Bird tells you to. And have an awesome summer. But don't forget to come back here and check in with me for more updates. I love you guys. Take care. Peace.